It's Spook Benjamin, and we got a great episode for y'all today. A little political too. You remember Judge Joe Brown? The judge that used to keep us entertained when we was little? Yeah, that Judge Joe Brown. Well, he made some statements and some remarks on Kamala Harris. The vice president that I'm not voting president for? Yeah, that Kamala Harris. Let's get into it.
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. I was out in California for 15 years doing my show when she was at her peak, and she had a reputation amongst the trial lawyers of being lazy. She just hike her skirt up and try to flirt.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some rhythm in this. So you telling me Judge Joe Brown, Kamala was getting passed around in the streets like that? From toe to toe, man to man. She was getting down and dirty like that, huh? Damn, that's crazy, Joe Brown. Oh, man.
And she wasn't that good in the courtroom, if not pretty bad in the courtroom. So I'm not surprised at what she does. She's 60 years old, and I think listening to her word salad and the way she talks, I think she's got early onset dementia and also some problems with menopausal complications. That's that. You see, today is going to be tomorrow. So since it's going to be tomorrow, today we have tomorrow, which is why we are now. Like, what did you say? They have something in mind, but they cannot cognate getting all the way through it, which is why she's famous for this word salad garbage, and she doesn't make a bit of sense. I think since she's only 60, she's actually on a worse track than Biden was. Biden is 20-some years older than her, and he has been senile for a long time. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, when did they start ramping up to do this? 2019. Okay, I was saying Biden has been a failure his whole adult career, a second rate, third string.
I heard that. I told y'all that about Biden. Biden's been gone. He's been lost up here. Y'all just couldn't notice it. And now I keep telling you, what's done in the dark shall come into the light. All the things that Biden was doing to y'all in the dark is coming to light. He was hypnotizing you guys, man. He knew y'all brains wasn't right, so he hit y'all with that spell. And the spell said, either no, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Either no, I'll go up on stage and look dumbfounded and just look like I don't know what the hell I'm doing or talking. Either no, I'ma stutter on my words all the time. Guess what? I got them hypnotized, so they still gonna support me, they still gonna clap for me, and they still gonna vote for me. Wake up.
Player. He's in the game, so he wants to make a name for himself. I considered him for years poor urban trailer park trash. And he's a crook. He's a third stringer. Now, what I said he was going to do is he probably wants to claim fame for being the first person to see to it that a woman got to be president. And what I predicted, I'm slightly wrong on it, was that he was going to get in, try to get elected, and if he got one term, try to get elected for a second one. And then halfway through his term, when he had served 2 years, to retire or resign in her favor. So under the 22nd Amendment, what happens is she can serve for the final 2 years for somebody and then be elected twice more. So that woman would be able to serve 10 years, second only to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who got elected to 4 terms before they put the amendment in place so you couldn't. Now, that said, I think, and my major at UCLA was political science. My analysis is they picked the weakest somebody they could as a figurehead, somebody who had some apparent minority status, which she does not. And what goes on is that you get her, everybody that is everybody would be afraid to go against her because of what she can pass herself off as. And then you get somebody that's easy to control because she's lazy, because she.
Damn, Judge Joe Brown. He just said it. She lazy. She good for nothing. Let me get this straight. You already had Willie Brown take Kamala Harris to Pound Town. Did y'all hear me right? The muffins was getting clapped. Now, Judge Joe Brown just said anytime Kamala Harris needed something, all she was doing was raise her skirt. Come on now. Y'all know what that means when a female raises her skirt. That means it's Pound Town time. That's what that means. Yes, she is ready to go to Pound Town. Ma'am and sir. Damn, Judge Joe Brown is not capping. He's spitting straight facts. Straight facts.
Is becoming incoherent, and because she's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreation.
Hey, Judge Joe Brown just threw street lingo at y'all. He said, I've been dealing with pimps and hoes and been giving them the sentence, giving them the gavel all the time. I know how they think, I know how they is, I know how they look. And he said, Kamala Harris is for the streets. You didn't just hear me? Kamala Harris is for the streets. They've been passing her and tossing her. Yeah. And he said, I know when I see one. He peeped it. Damn, man. And this is the president y'all want? Huh? One that's been tossed up, passed up, and flinged up and flinged around? No. Spook like it clean. We don't like it been tossed around like that, man. Maybe a 1 or 2 out of a lifetime, but goddamn, 10, 20? We don't condone that.
Recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance, you a hoe. And she's old hoe. And the problem is what is
she a old, she a cougar. She a MILF. Yeah, Kamala Harris. To this day, she's still getting it down and dirty. I bet you. To this day. You see, Buddy that she got up in the house, you know, the Buddy with the other skin color, right? That Buddy. Buddy that she got up in the house, he already know how Kamala Harris get down. Come on, that's her husband. He knows she throws it back and forth. She know that. He knows that. Judge Joe Brown know that, man. He's giving y'all the street lingo. Listen to it, ma'am and sir.
She's supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves, comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, oh, yeah, I'm Julius Caesar. He said, no, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman. Get on up, you know. Or Xi Jinping, is he supposed to be impressed? She's doing word salad. Well, we're here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say? You know, did you say anything? And I've never seen such a salacious mess as I've seen out of her. I think of One West Bank. I had some pretty good properties out in California at one point in time. And I know I had 3 neighbors who had good properties. It was in a place called Ojai, California. And they got caught up about 15, 16 years ago, like a lot of people did in that mortgage bundling scam stuff that was going on. And there was a bank called One West Bank responsible for it, which was owned by George Soros. The Mnuchin that you have out of the Obama administration was Mnuchin, who was the CEO of One West Bank. Well, there were approximately 1,200 counts of indictments returned against Mnuchin and One West Bank in various counties in California. Well, Mnuchin and Soros financed and arranged and sponsored Kamala to run for Attorney General of California. They got her elected. She got in, and using the authority she had, she promptly consolidated all 5,200 counts and dismissed them. And a couple of weeks later, Soros sold One West Bank for $4.2 billion. So after that,
Y'all didn't just hear that story? Y'all didn't just hear that story about Kamala Harris? Damn, she let George Soros slide. And let George Soros get away with scamming all those people, man. She used her political influence and her political power to aid the rich and left the poor to suffer. Man.
That they got together and got her finance and got everything organized and made the connections for her, and she got elected to U.S. Senator. Willie Brown made the initial contacts and arrangements so she could get elected as district attorney for San Francisco. She didn't do a very good job. She had a reputation for giving out the stiffest sentences in the United States of America for simple possession of marijuana in San Francisco, for God's sakes. But it was only to young black men. She
was, you heard that? She was making them hit the gavel. She was making these judges hit the gavel and sentence your black man and your black son to prison for life sentences over some weed, over some, the professional term, marijuana or cannabis. Sentence them like they sentence them like, you know how we kill roaches? You know, you just stomp on the roach and another roach come and you just stomp on the roach again and another roach. That's how she was sentencing y'all black mans for life. Take this witch out of office, please. Please. And send her back to the streets.
She's not a parent, never had any children, but she went off on this campaign to lock parents up, some of whom actually were shown to have dropped their children off at the school, but they played hooky, so she was putting them in jail. I know my in-laws, now late in-laws, because they're dead, and their fine daughter that I was married to, we were divorced. She got a whole lot of money, but anyway, out of me. What wound up happening was there was a liquor store they like to patronize on the way home, and it was a good liquor store, but it got held up a lot, so Kamala's solution was not go get the crooks, but close down the liquor store so nobody would be troubled by it. See, that kind of philosophy, or you've got a serial killer who's got 6 victims, and the families are writing protest letters to her, not hurry up and do something, not why are you giving the guy such a light deal, is why don't you let this man plead guilty to life without parole instead of delaying it for 7 years, trying to make political hay out of it. I was caught up in a thing where this woman who was supposed to be a financial specialist wound up embezzling a lot, $1.5 million from me, about $15 million from some other black celebrities. And most of it was in the San Francisco area, not LA where I was. She consolidated the cases up there in San Francisco, took 5 years to resolve it, let her plead out not the $15 million of embezzlement, but $35,000. The sentence was 5 years in the penitentiary, 4.5 years suspended, 5 years probation. The woman wound up sitting
See, while they was throwing them fake charges at Trump, they need to throw some real charges at her. She just committed about 3 crimes he just spoke about. One of them is embezzlement. Back in the day. Just the way they holded homeboy Trump with them charges. They need to do the same thing for her. The same thing. Keep that same energy. That's why I say this world would be a better place if everybody just kept that same energy.
Sitting on a bench outside Sybil Branch, which is the women's detention facility in L.A. County, for 5.5 hours. That's all the time she served, made no restitution. And la-di-da, I'm through with it now. I don't care on her behalf. Like, where's our money? You know, what did you do here? You didn't even consult with us. You did this on a surprise basis. There's $15 million gone. What happened? It's the kind of thing she would do, see. So it's like that was not a good professional performance. And then she was everybody's favorite Hindu Indian prosecutor and attorney general and senator, and now she becomes black. But, you know, I met her daddy, fine gentleman, Professor Harris. And the problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors.
I'm not gonna cap though. I'm tired of that, seeing that too all over TV, plastered all over my eyes. I'm even tired of hearing, black folks talking about she black. She's not. She is not. Okay? He just explained it. Even though I've been knew this, she wasn't black. And neither has she never claimed she's black. Why is a group of people that's our skin color claiming someone is black when all the evidence laid out right in front of them says, including her, that came out of her mouth saying she's not black. But y'all want her to be black so badly. I don't understand that. Spook don't understand that. And y'all shouldn't even understand that either. I'm going to end it like this. What we need to do here is get this witch out of... Don't vote this witch into power. Do not vote this witch into power. She going to cast spells on y'all. I'm telling you, she's a wolf in sheep clothing. And one thing about those types, they turn. They bite you in the back. They turn on you so quick. So she going to spit all this black nonsense to y'all. And she gonna probably spit all this white nonsense to y'all because she could entertain both sides. Both sides. But at the same time, she gonna cast these spells on you. And these spells gonna say, we're gonna send America to hell. We're gonna suck America dry. We're gonna keep funding these wars in Ukrainian and sucking American tax dollars dry and bankrupt this country. Do not fall for that voodoo. Open your eyes, vote for the right person, and we're going to conclude this like that. And let's end this with these politician talks. All right? Spook, appreciate you. Spook, thank you from the bottom of his heart for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I love y'all.